Hello, welcome to the No Mind Station. Today's topic is disappointment and the actual benefits of disappointment. A friend of mine the other day shared something with me that has been on, like, I can't let go of, and it's so powerful. And so I thought I'd share it with you guys. And it's the benefits of being disappointed. So when you find yourself disappointed about something, it's because whatever's happening right now isn't matching up with your plans or with your hopes or with your goals maybe or your just different ideas of what could have happened, the possibilities. So when you're disappointed, it means that you were attaching too much attention to the future, meaning you're too lost in the mind, basically, rather than being in the present moment, this moment right here. So it's sort of like a small little red flag that says, wait, just come back to the present moment. Especially if you consider, you have to ask the question, do you believe in a higher power? You don't have to say what you call it or what religion it's attached to or whatever. But if you believe in a higher power, then it has this sort of great, you know, will, the will of God or however you want to say it, where everything is already sort of mapped out. And we are just in the process of living out this master plan. In which case, when something happens and it's not in what you wanted, it means it's not of your will. But if you believe that there is this divine being existing, then what is right now is the will, because it couldn't be anything else. And so you go to that quote, "Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven," rather than my will. Especially considering the fact that if you think about it, my will, which is like the me will, not just me, but this is you saying this as well, um, is incredibly limiting. I mean, we might say, oh yeah, I know what I want. But in truth, do we really know what we want? It's kind of like a child. It's very much like a child telling the parent what they want. And the parent is smiling, knowing through experience that that's not really what they want. Because of course the parent sees the bigger picture. And that's exactly how this works on the divine level. And so when something happens that doesn't match up with what you wanted, you have that feeling of disappointment. It's just a nice little reminder that you were attaching your will rather than the will of all human existence. Especially when you consider a lot of times something of disappointment happens. It's not just about you. You might just be one small little factor in all the different components that would have made that happen, whatever that disappointment is. But again, it's not about you. This whole world, there are 7 billion people on this planet. And with the butterfly effect, the smallest of things can affect so many different people. So if I was to constantly get my will, that would completely change the fate of so many people around me. If I had gotten that really high-paying job that I applied for, and every time I applied for one, I got one, then I'd be taking away that job from all those people that are in that job now, actually in that job. And so there's a much, much bigger picture happening right now. And that's why it is so crucial to surrender and to accept what is, especially considering you can't do anything to change what is. Like, it is what it is. I don't have a time machine, so it's set in stone. Now what's important is what we do now, because what we do now is what creates our future. So when you feel disappointed about something, just come back to the present moment. Accept this, and perhaps learn, of course. You can always learn from your disappointment. Well, the problem isn't that I had an idea of what I wanted. The problem is that I was too attached to actually getting it. Because if you're not attached to getting what you want, then you won't feel disappointed. You're not invested in it. It's just sort of it's a much easier acceptance, a flow of acceptance of just oh, okay, well, now I'm back in this moment. You know what I would like? I would like X, Y, and Z. Oh, I got X. Wonderful. I didn't get Y and Z. Okay. Or I didn't get any of them. And so this is how it goes. And life is full of disappointments. So this is a big topic. To rephrase that, though, life is full of things beyond our own will. And it's very important to try and enjoy the biggest percentage of life that you can, rather than having all of your happiness and peace invested in this outcome in the future. Then the other 90% of the time that you're getting to that goal, you're not feeling that fulfillment, that peace of mind. In which case, even if you do get that goal, is it really success when you just sacrificed 90% of your life for that? 10% of fulfillment? It's very much like you take a long road trip to go on a vacation. It's really important to enjoy that road trip, because that road trip is part of the vacation, especially when you gotta come back. So, next time you feel disappointed, you don't have to lie to yourself, of course, and say, "Oh, I'm so grateful that I feel disappointed." No, you gotta keep it real with yourself. But there is the opportunity to find gratitude in it, because it will remind you, much like this is a reminder. When you get this ring, get out of your mind, get out of your thoughts, just listen. If you're just listening, you are in the present moment, because you're not in your head, you're not in your mind. And the same goes for when you feel disappointed. So, as as I will feel when I look like 2 weeks from now and see how many views this video has had, and it's had like 4 views. But that's okay. I'm accepting it already. And maybe it'll have 1,000 views. Either way. Karma Yoga, non-attachment to the fruits of your actions. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Peace.